Hey guys, it's Aidette. So today I created this purple smoky halo eye with a little touch of glitter in the center, and I originally created this look for my super dramatic girls out there that are graduating, and I love this look because it's so out there and I think that this will just give you a nice pop. So I'm first starting off with a transition. So I'm taking my Bobbi Brown bronzer and I'm going to be placing that above my crease and a little bit into my crease. And also when you're doing a halo eye, you always want to make sure that you get in the insides of your eye so there's no awkward spacing. And now taking my Tartelette palette and taking a soft mauve shade, and then I'm going to be placing that on the inner and outer parts of my lid, and this is just going to start us off for the darker colors later on. And of course, just repeating the same process on the other eye, and then going back into my Tartelette palette and taking the shade right next to the first one. And this is just a tiny bit more purple and a little bit deeper than the last one. So that's going to be going in the same motion, a little bit into the crease and onto the inner and outer part of my eyes. And now taking this soft brown from the palette, and I'm going to be placing that into my transition just to warm it up just a tiny bit because I didn't want it to be too cool toned. Then I'm taking a cream shade and more of a white shade and placing it onto my brow bone, and this just is really going to lift up the look and kind of brighten it a little bit. Then taking that darker purple mixed with the neutral, more middle purple, and taking it onto the inner and outer parts of my lid again. And also do not forget to place it into your crease because then it'll just look like two odd unblended blobs. And then right after this, taking the star of the show, which is the Stila Glitter, and these are crazy pigmented and it definitely replaces your glitters and just makes the process a whole lot easier. And as you can see, I'm just placing it in the center, blending it out a little bit with my pinky and just making sure that it's a nice gradient. And also taking my brush and blending out the edges. Then I'm going in with some Time lashes. These are in the style Extra, and my new Rimmel mascara that I actually don't recommend. I didn't like it at all. It was just very not wet and it wasn't dry either, but it was just like the formula was weird. But I just used it because I feel like it wouldn't really matter since I'm going to be applying some falsies on top anyway. And I'm also popping on some green contacts if you guys didn't notice, but I will link them down below if you guys are interested in them. And then I also took a foundation that I hated. Guys, I did a review on it, but my audio was just so messed up, so I'm not even going to upload it because it's just tragic. But I highly do not recommend this foundation, and I'll link it down below just so you guys know what I'm talking about. It was horrible. Like, my foundation looks terrible. So I just bronzed up my face with the same bronzer that I took in the beginning from Marc, and then I'm just going to be blending out the bottom part of my lashes just with those same purple shades that I used earlier, just to give it like a nice smoky gradient. And then I'm going to be patting in my bake, of course, and as you can see, the foundation just made it look super muddy and super ashy, so I highly do not recommend. Then I'm taking my Colourpop cream gel liner in the shade Honeydew, I believe, and that's just going to be ran on my waterline. Then taking my Becca and Chrissy palette, I'm going to be taking these two shades mixed together for my blush, and I just applied it to the apples of my cheeks. Then I'm applying my Milani Make It Last spray, which is so bomb and super cheap, and I'm taking that Becca and Chrissy highlight, taking it into the inner corners, and we're all good. We look all snatched up. And then I'm also taking it onto my cheekbones, and I actually don't really like it, guys. It's not my favorite. Then I'm taking the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Child Star, and that's it. You're gonna be looking poppin' for graduation. I'll see you guys later.